Alright. And we're back. For a little bit of Sky Isn't Falling, I guess, because I feel the need to point this out. Um, Everything I liked about the army has almost been destroyed, but not really. You know, that's like a headline. Um, yeah, we're slower, and we do less impact damage, and the blood vultures are gone, and blah, 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 right? But at the end of the day, in a game of Age of Sigmar, you're going to charge stuff into impacts, and now, on the opponent's turn, you're going to charge and do impacts. That's good, isn't it? And gluttons do a lot of damage. And gorgers. Steely, thanks for $5 on YouTube. Appreciate it. Seems like the devs don't probably understand ogre players and why they like to play ogres. They certainly don't with the Everwinter Prayer. They got that one more wrong than I could possibly imagine. But that has historically been the case. It's one of those, like, in the past, the older battle tomes, you'd be reading them and you'd be like, these people have never played ogres before. They actually haven't even played the army, but they wrote rules for it. I don't know if that's true, but it screamed it, you know, with the different battle tomes over the years. I get the impression that they probably at least played this. They just have a different idea about how you're supposed to. That's all. Ahem. Sad about overwhelming charge going, though. And Stone Skeleton. And minus 4-inch move. And a bunch of other stuff. Hey, let's talk about Tzeentch, shall we? Yeti's MSU style coming? Nope, they don't have the ogre keyword. And so they don't do impact hits. So they're probably not playing them. Unless they're like chaff that you can play, I guess. Maybe as chaff if they're really cheap. And they aren't locked out of being battle line like they always have been. Yeah, and they didn't have the ogre keyword. They might now, but yeah, they're definitely a Yeti and not an ogre, right? I don't know. I suppose they could give it to him, but the cults of Shanj. The ruinous powers lurk beyond existence in the otherworldly hellscapes known collectively as the realms of chaos, always jostling for position in the great game, looking to conquer the 8 realms arrayed before them once and for all. Tzeentch has been one of the great gods of chaos. Asterisk. Now featuring Big Rat. Rat number 5. Number 5, great god of chaos. Since before the age of Meoth. He is the architect of fate, the god of change, ambition, and magic. Wherever wizards seek shortcuts to arcane dominance or covetous subordinates plot to usurp their leaders, Tzeentch whispers schemes into their ears and tantalizes them with the promise of unchecked power and glorious evolution. This all comes at a cost, one of unpredictable and eternal upheaval, and perhaps a sickening mutation or two. Ooh. His devoted armies are the disciples of Tzeentch, convocations of demons and mortals who are just as warped as the Lord of Flux himself. Have you heard this? I haven't heard this. Is this new? Is this old? The Lord of Flux? That's kind of sick. Lord of Flux is a funny title. I rather like it. No flux given. This guy, Flux. When their god demands it, cackling, shapeless demons spill into reality to set everything aflame in the inferno of change, and mortal followers cast off arcane disguises to battle alongside tribes of avian mutants, birds, conjuring pyroclastic displays of magic and ensuring that destiny follows a route ordained by Tzeentch. Ahem. Overview. Hope empowers Tzeentch. When revolutionaries rise up to overthrow tyrants or mages research Aldrich's secrets to defend their people. Tzeentch, did I just read that? Okay, I read a very similar thing before, but okay. Anyway, it is Tzeentch who answers with bargains and boons. Anyone who accepts is caught up in the changer of ways' insatiable desire for constant flux. More flux. No revolution should end, no scheme should have a final step, no wizard should be free from the mutative influence of raw magic. The word count, yeah. In orchestrating countless plans, Tzeentch tugs on the threads of fate that control the cosmos, attempting to arrange destiny in his Heywoah. Seemingly inconsequential decisions taken hundreds of years in the past may have massive ramifications in the future, and the disciples of Tzeentch can find themselves baffled by the infinite intricate schemes their master keeps weaving, but will bring them to fruition, without question. This guy, Flux, the Lord of Flux. This guy, Flux, dude. First amongst his followers are the Daemons, warped and mutated creatures woven from the very stuff of change itself. Powerful demonic entities unleash blistering waves of weird flame, transforming mortals into gibbering, possibly gibbering. I think it's gibbering. Is it with a G instead of a G, right? The noise. Any enunciators in chat? I think it's gibbering. Or is it gibbering? I suppose it's hard to type that, isn't it? It's like the G in GIF. Oh, gift. Okay, so it is gibbering. All right. Anyway, horrors, fluttering flamers of Tzeentch, and other ever-shifting creatures that defy comprehension and exist to see the world reduced to a spinning sea, spasming sea of endless mutation. They are joined by flocks of avian mutants known as the Tzeentch. The origins of these bestial creatures are unknown. They were in Beasts of Chaos. Oh, sorry. Where do these guys come from again? Damn. Must be an old world army, I guess. Beasts of who? What was I doing? Anyway, but their mutations and limited ability to see the faction cause them to believe they are blessed by Tzeentch himself. Led by babbling shamans, they are drawn to sources of arcane power and acknowledge which they claim for their gods, slaughtering foes with cruel blades and savage BX. All right.
Which prime?
Catfish 666, thanks for the prime on Twitch for 11 months. Thanks a lot. Do you babble or do you gibber? Or is it gibber? Alongside them are mortal arcanites who, when not plotting in the shadows, grant themselves magically swollen physiques. What better way to dominate the well-drilled militaries of the realms than with sly sorceries? No matter their individual ambitions, the disciples of Tzeentch are all unified in one goal, twisting the fate of the mortal realms to achieve change. With this, they ensure the ascendancy of their master, the Great Mutator. This guy's got some good titles. Lord of Flux, the Great Mutator. This is kind of nice. Nah, bro. Natty. Battle traits. Alright, let's see them. Some of Tzeentch armies can use the following abilities. Masters of Destiny. Deployment. Roll 9 dice, place them to one side. These are your Destiny dice. I'm glad they kept Destiny dice. Now I just have to wonder, you know? I wonder if they're... Alright, so they're keeping Destiny dice. Are you sure it shouldn't be 1 instead of 9? 1's better. Have it be a D3 as well. During the battle, instead of making a roll from the list below for a friendly disabled Tzeentch unit, you can spend your destiny dice. So instead of making the roll, you do have to choose first, not after. The roll you would have made is replaced with the roll on the destiny dice you spend. Wow. ThinkPad, thanks to Tier 1 gifter. Appreciate it. It landed on someone called You Really Hate to See It. I don't know. I don't know if I do. Anyway, please enjoy a sub. Also, Penny Dude 300 thanks to the Tier 1. Ogre Tilt. True. If you want to replace 2d6, then you must spend that number of destiny dice. Yeah, makes sense. Any rolls that have been replaced count as unmodified rolls, which is a little weird because you're like replacing the die roll, but that's fine. Modifiers obviously mean like adding and subtracting to the roll, not exchanging it, so that's fine. And they cannot be re-rolled. They cannot be changed. Some changer of ways. They cannot be changed and they cannot be modified by other friendly abilities, but they can be modified by enemy abilities. Oh, okay. You cannot spend destiny dice to replace re-rolls. Yeah, that makes sense. Cast, unbind, banish, run, charge. Charge is a big one. Hit, wound, save. Historically speaking, charge rolls are big. Hit rolls, because some of them have natural 6 wording. Charge is going to cost you 2, though. Although, do you have to, or can you just replace 1? If you want to replace a 2d6 roll, you must spend the number of destiny dice equal to the number before the d6. Okay, so you can't just replace 1 and then roll the other. You do have, it seems as I read this, you always do have to spend the 2. So for instance, you could have like a 5-inch charge that you need to make, and so you're like, I'm just going to replace one of them with a 4 so that it's impossible to fail. You can't. You really do need to spend both, it seems. Once per turn army, any shooting phase. Conflagration of Tzeentch. Pick an enemy unit that had any damage points allocated to it this turn by weird flame spell abilities. Or shooting attacks made with the weapons that have weird flame weapon ability to be the target. Effect, burning. Effect, burning. This is, oh, what's that magic card with my favorite flavor text? Or my favorite reminder text? The land continues to burn. What's that creature? I can't remember its name. Anyway, it'll come to me in a second. The land continues to burn. Obsidian Fireheart, that's right, yeah. I tried to imagine the card and I could only think of its mana cost and the picture and everything else about it. Because mana cost, it's weird, it's got the triple red in there. Once per turn army, end of any turn. Burning Weird Flame. Roll a d3 for each burning enemy unit. On a 2 or 3, inflict an amount of mortal damage on the unit equal to the roll. On a 1, the unit no longer has the burning. Roll d3 for each burning enemy. On a 2 or 3, inflict an amount of mortal damage equal to the roll. How come they get Gulping Bite every turn instead of once per game? Anyway, passive. Quenching the Flames. It's because they don't have a Stonehorn in their army. They got a bunch of nerds illusioning up themselves some 6-packs. That's why, I guess. Quenching. Effect. If a burning enemy unit uses an ability that would heal or return, it quenches the burn. So this is just Nurgle. This is like the old Nurgle ability, except instead of sucking, it seems like it's kind of good. But it's weird that they just got rid of a whole bunch. They just got rid of a whole bunch of stupid tokens you have to play with. And then they back-to-back show Tzeentch and Ogremont tribes, where they introduce brand new stupid tokens you have to play with. I thought we were streamlining this thing. Anyway, it's only once per turn, that's why. And bite a lot. All right. Damn, this is a lot of real estate for a burning thing. Like Destiny dice, that's a big deal. But this is a lot of real estate in the battle trait section for like, here's some weird flame stuff, and then here's what you do with the weird flame stuff, and then here's what happens to get rid of the weird flame stuff. Like 3 giant squares to determine what like flamers are going to do in the future. Okay. Yeah, no summoning, no -1 to hit for demons. Alright, so maybe it's not all bad. Streamline rules for some, stupid tokens for others. Ogres couldn't even get a page for eating? Yeah. At least this technically fills up the page, but all 3 of these boxes feel a little padding, you know. Summoning is gone, but we knew that. We were emotionally prepared for summoning to go away. And the specific emotion that I'm thinking of is joy, happiness, the resolute knowledge that you are correct, you know, all of those things. Because summoning was generally a bad idea for Age of Sigmar. And every one of their changes that reduced it or made it go away was all good. And so if it's finally truly gone, good riddance. Pox on its name. By drawing on the conflagration of Tzeentch, these potent wizards can also engulf enemies in burning weird flum. Okay. And then just a whole bunch of kaleidoscopic fire. Yeah, awesome. Jeez, these look so bad. Holy. Maybe Tzeentch is next, you know? Maybe Tzeentch is next one to get the updated refreshed line. Weird Flame Host. Mutagenic Inferno. Subtract 1 from wound rolls for attacks made by burning enemy units. Alright. So you're telling me that your damage in this army is going to be so bad that you're going to, like, attack people and they won't die, and then you're going to actually give a shit about some debuff on them? That doesn't bode well. Okay. Maybe you're just supposed to light your whole enemy army on fire, and that's, like, what you're trying to do. And then they, like, kind of suck. Alright. The scheming cultists of the Arcanite Cabals, meanwhile, combine their sorcery to unravel enemy spells and counterattack with their own conjurations, casting and unbinding bonuses, while other convocations use the mastery of fate to slip through reality or call on screeching warflocks? Warflocks of Zangor. Wait, I was thinking it was a typo for warlock. This is actually a type of flock, right? Like of birds. It's a war flock, right? I was thinking Star Trek, maybe like a typo for... This is a war flock. I get it. Not a warflock. Not you put, what's his name? It's not you put a Star Trek character in prison, right? Worf locked him up, right? I see. Yeah, not an eggcorn. Arcana incantations. This one seems like teleporting or deep striking, right? Tzeentch is the god of magic, and his followers are obsessed with the arcane arts. As a result, their faction pack is one of the few to include 2 spell lores. Let go. Though you may still only choose one. Alright. Picking the mutative Lord of Change gives your wizards access to 3 new sorceries, including Transformed into Spawn, which transforms you into Spawn. Alright, good. Cast on 7. Hey, what if the spell lores aren't separated by whether you're a demon or immortal? Because that was stupid and I didn't like it. Maybe we're opening up a little bit. Declare. Pick a friendly disciple Tzeentch wizard to cast it. Visible enemy within 12. A little short range. 7's probably very easy for you to cast in a Tzeentch army. We can imagine, right? Inflict D3 mortal damage on the target. Whatever. But I guess that's average now. If any models are slain by this ability, pick a friendly chaos spawn of Tzeentch and that is in reserve as a potential fate, or that has been destroyed. If you pick a unit in reserve as a potential fate, set it up in the battlefield in combat with the target. If you pick the unit that has been destroyed, set it up... Oh. I thought it was going to be somewhere else. You put them both in the same spot, they're just wording it. Okay. So you put it in combat with them. Which can fuck with their movement, maybe. Okay, D3 damage, and then if you kill something, they are locked in combat with a stupid spawno. There's no summoning units from nothing. There's no summoning units from nothing in the new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Good. In order to reduce the need for extra miniatures beyond your initial army list. But we have invented brand new fucking tokens for you to use. Instead, recycling destroyed units with powerful abilities is the order of the day. Yeah, I think this is, like, in general, a good idea. This is better. They might have gone too far with it, because it seems like literally every army has a return your dead thing. Maybe they just front-loaded the armies with those abilities, because Ogres doesn't have that. But, anyway. The Chaos Spawn of Tzeentch is designed specifically for this purpose. You set it up over and over. The sculpt, however, was not designed to use it over and over. Please find a better one. Yeah, okay, so waves of mutation, instead of just returning it once, you can return it as many times as you want. Got it. Alternatively, selecting the Lore of Fate will let casters scry the future with spells that affect and are affected by your pool of Destiny dice. Sweet, that's fun. It's always great. As a player, it's always great when you have a battle tactic that's like a central mechanic, and they allow you to make choices in list building that will affect that in some way. So, like, here's Destiny dice, but you can add more with this thing or this thing or this thing, right? Like, that's fun. So I appreciate whenever they do stuff like that. Unit focus. Whether fighting as a swirling mass of shape-shifting demons or as a host of avian mutants and cultists with magic muscles, Disciple of Tzeentch wage an uncommon kind of warfare. Few are as talented in understanding the machinations of the Changer of the Ways as Kairos Fateweaver. The two-headed Lieutenant of Tzeentch, one head, possesses perfect clarity of everything that has already transpired, while the other can see the future with unwavering precision. Though this has unmoored him from the here and now, the Oracle of Eternity can use his powers to bend the rules of the game when it comes to scoring battle tactics. Fourth wall breaking on my rules. 16 health, 5 up save. Ugh. Wizard body. Faster than a Stonehorn. 5 control. Staff of Tomorrow. Curved BX. Mastery of Magic. When you make a casting roll for this unit, you can change the lowest d6 to the highest. Yeah, alright. So you still have that. Super bonus. Super good at casting, for sure. Once per battle reaction, you declare the Tactical Gambit ability. You can pick one battle tactic that you have already attempted. Oh. I don't need to read anything else on this war scroll. Kairos Feyweaver is good. This war scroll is good. His save fucking sucks. He can't fight. I'm not even gonna read the rest. This shit is good. You can pick 2 battle tactics that you've not yet attempted, but you can only complete one of them. The other does not count as having been attempted, whatever. Okay, so you do the easiest battle tactic in the game, right? Whatever battle tactic, be playing the game and stand where you're already standing. Okay, did it. Next battle round. I'm gonna tactical gambit to be standing where I'm already standing. Thank you. Okay. Yep. 5 upward, sure. Wizard 3, yeah, sounds good. Supercaster, nice. I mean, I'll read the rest of it, but I don't care. This shit's great. This guy is good. He also flies, yeah. Beacon of Sorcery. Add 1 to casting rolls and unbinding rolls. Friendly disciples of Tzeentch wizards while they are wholly within 12 of this unit, and that's him. So he's also changing this and adding +1. And a Beacon of Sorcery. Your hero phase 8 shouldn't be terribly hard. Pick a visible enemy unit within 18. Pick one of the following effects. Target cannot use commands. Great. Subtract 1 from hit rolls and wound rolls for the target's attacks. Great. Subtract 1 from save rolls. Great. Okay. So you have, as far as I've so far seen, you have the best spell in the game. Great magic. Great magic, AoE magic. 12 flying, 5 upward, 16 health, 5 control. And cheat at the game to do the easiest battle tactic humanly possible twice in a row. Warmaster. Kairos Wind Reaver. This is good. Yeah, there's no absolute toxic, pathetic bullshit in here. You can only choose each one once. None of that. None of that Stormcast War Scroll, destruction ass War Scroll. You can only choose each of these once. No, it's just good. Alright. I'm glad I'm reading this after Ogres, because if I was reading this before Ogres and I was thinking they were gonna like do some anything exciting, even one exciting thing, there were 0 exciting things that I read in the whole Ogre faction focus. We already got one. This shit's sick. 5 upward. He has Stone Skeleton. Not allowed over here, but he's got it. Yeah, anyway. I promise I won't do that the whole time. It'll become too much. I get it. Mr. Saintly, thanks for the tier 1 for 3 months. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Are you sure you don't want to play 3 priests and roll a bunch for 3 entire turns, targeting a bunch of terrains, so that you can do this for one turn? Are you sure that isn't more fun? Anyway, Gaunt Summoner. 5 move, 5 health, 6 up save, so like a Gorger, basically. Change staff, 12-inch range, 3 attacks, 4s and 3s, 1d3. Way better than a cannon. Minions of the Silver Tower. Target is set up in reserve, and then you can summon it. So the target on the battlefield holds within 12 of this unit, and more than 9 from all enemies. Ooh, can you still... Because the concern with Gaunt Summoner is if you just kill this guy, then the unit can't be deployed. It looks like that's still the case. I wondered if they would add a little quality of life in there, that if you kill this guy, they don't get, you know, maybe it gets put elsewhere. If he dies, they're stuck. Hey, that's the, bring multiple and you can summon from either. If you take a second one, he can let them out. True, yeah. Unless they both get killed. No, I got it. It's fine if they both get killed. Because you'll take 3, alright? But then, oh fuck, hold on. What if all 3 of them are killed? Don't worry about it. I got a airtight plan. You take 4, alright? But what if 4 are killed? Dude, I thought about that after sleeping on it. I got it. Take 5. Start putting them into each other's silver towers. Your hero phase. Divert Realm Gate 7. Units set up this turn using this unit's Book of Profane Secrets can be set up wholly within 18 of this unit and more than 7 inch from all enemy units instead of the distances in the ability. Ooh, 7. That means a 7-inch charge. That's a lot better than a 9. Okay, cool. So you have a dude. By the way, the Gaunt Summoner looks. I love the model. One of the few Tzeentch models I love. There's a certain there's like a third, maybe even smaller than that. There's like a third of the Tzeentch models that are ripoffs from Pan's Labyrinth and then painted blue. And I really like those ones. I just thought I'd point that out. Anyway, here's a Deep Strike man with a Deep Strike plan. And you can take him if you want. But he's kind of easy to shoot. If you're concerned about that. He does have a 6-up ward, though. Ahem. Yeah, he's still a 2-caster. It's kind of nice. Wizard 2. Which means you can unbind and cast. Cursoling. 3-up save. Damn, that's a great armor value. 6 health, 5-inch move. Hurled Arcane Energy. 18-inch range, D6, 3311. Weird Flame. Wait, did this have any Weird Flame in it? No Weird Flame. Did this have any Weird Flame in it? No Weird Flame. Okay. So, 18-inch Weird Flame. D6 attacks, my condolences. This shit sucks. I hate it. Sorry, Tzeentch players. But don't worry. You could just use a Destiny die to make it a 6. They thought of that. Oh, this is the guy that I don't like. I don't like the look of him. Another wizard too. I mean, it's like the Magic God's army, so everybody's probably a wizard too. That makes perfect sense. No, you can't. Don't think. Oh, that's right. I'm thinking in the olden days when Destiny dice were fun. Now it's 1984. We're bumper bowling, where you can only choose it for this stuff. And determining the number of attacks is not here. Never mind. Sorry. No fun allowed. I forgot. Disruptor of the Arcane. Each time this unit unbinds a spell roll die. 4-up, subtract 1 from the power level of the enemy wizard. Oh. To a minimum of 0? This guy forgot how to be a wizard. He got fired, go home, be a farmer. You can't even cast spells. Till the start of your next turn. That being said, till the start of your next turn, if you're doing it on your opponent's turn, it wraps around and just becomes your turn immediately. A savvy opponent is probably gonna not cast the spell that you're going to unbind right away, you know? They're gonna front load it with some stuff to get that through first, maybe. And it's their last spell of the turn anyway. And then it's your turn. The more spells the person has, the better this is. But against the typical, like, Wizard 1, it doesn't really do anything right. Because they only had one action anyway. Still, it's kind of funny to think about. Infusion Arcanum for 5. Ooh, easy cast. Until the start of your next turn, add 1 to the random damage characteristic of this unit's Staff of Tzeentch and Blazing Sword. Who gives a shit? Man's a waddling footman with 4s and 4s. Okay. Is this for Warcry? Anyway. The creature is a disruptor of the arcane. Hey, word. Pink horrors. Okay. I'm gonna get around some hypocrisy here. I'm gonna address it. Did I just complain about my army getting shot? Yes. Do I think pink horrors should never split ever and they come up with something else for them to do? Yes. Is this hypocrisy? I'm not sure. But I sure fucking don't like it. And it keeps getting nerfed over and over. We'll see. We'll see what they do with it. 2 health, 6 up save, 6-inch move, 1 control. Arcane Flames, 12-inch, 2, 4, 4, 1, Weird Flame. No Weird Flame in melee, though. This thing looks so bad. New model, please. In my defense, the rules for how you exactly are supposed to do it tactically have always been unbelievably tedious and obnoxious. But that's neither here nor there. Obi-Wan sings tier 1. Appreciate it. For 37 months. Each time a model in the unit is slain before moving the model from play, pick one of the following. Okay. Pick friendly blue and brimstone within 12 of this unit. Return up to 2 slain blue horrors to that unit. Okay, so you have a pink horror unit and 2 other colors units, and then all of them have to have been damaged. And then this one, when this one is damaged, these other 2 that have to have already been damaged because if they're at max, nothing happens. It regens. Or pick an enemy unit in combat with this on a 4-up 1 mortal damage. I mean, you just do that. Blue and Brim are 1 unit. Oh, it's called Blue and Brim. Okay. You can only split them into blue unit if that unit has lost some dudes. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a decent way of thinking about it. It's auto rally to other colored units close to it, yeah. More health though. Weird flame ability, some Shutan. It all sucks, right? But you can roll some dice. You're meant to just get in the way. Hey, they have a 6-up ward. Nice to see. Still got it. Unit of 10. There's 20 wounds on a 6-up, 6-up. That, when it dies on a 4-up, it inflicts 1 mortal damage. So there's 5 mortal damage chilling in this chaff. Which at this exact... If it didn't split at all, if it just had Petty Vengeance, and the entire rest of the War Scroll was blank, I would consider this some of the best chaff in the game. Chaff is... You pay for chaff that cannot fight, dies when anything looks at it, and is slow. But it's still worth playing, because being a speed bumper, being chaff, is so tactically strong. If you can do mortal damage equal to essentially half the size of your unit, that's crazy good. And then sometimes they have a 12-inch weird flame thing happen. Pink horrors are really good. Tzeentch players might be getting frustrated because I'm sure they're weaker than they used to be, and I'm saying they're really good right now as an outsider. 2 health, 6 up ward chaff that blows up and does 4 up immortal. That's so good. Alright, yeah, these guys are great. To me, as an outsider. I would never choose blue horrors or brimstone horrors. Unless they had petty vengeance, that's for sure. I'm like mostly ignoring the split thing, and I'm just looking at just a water balloon filled with lava, or filled with mortal damage, for killing my chaff. Unlife thanks to tier 1 for 29 months. It's pretty big. Not as big as 30, as you say, but thanks a lot. Appreciate it. These are going to be more expensive than they should be. Probably. If I was going to put a price tag on chaff that can explode for mortal damage, I would make it easily double what equivalent chaff would be otherwise. Because it's so strong to be offensive while you are dying in a way that your opponent really can't play around unless they have shooting. To me, that's so fundamentally strong in this game. Like, if you want to deal with this unit, you have to take mortal damage. You just do. And that's real powerful. Shooting and magic is their weakness. Yeah, I mean, shooting and magic kind of everybody's weakness, I guess, except Khorne. A word from the... Really? That's it? Okay. No? Oh, alright. That actually was a decent amount. I forgot. They don't have... Hey, why don't you put Archaon in here? Anyway. A word from the studio. Sam. One of the most exciting parts of this episode's Tzeentch army is the new Weird Flame ability. It's Nurgle. Only fun. The new weapon ability system allows us to add custom rules that represent the unique weapons and lore-accurate powers of factions while keeping the pool of universal weapon abilities intact. 3 Disciples of Tzeentch battle traits, Conflagration of Tzeentch, Burning Weird Flame, and Quenching the Flame, all key to this weapon ability. Yeah, it does take up a whole bunch of real estate in the old battle tactics station, doesn't it? Helping you keep the pressure up beyond just your spell casting. Along with their Master of Magic movement shenanigans and some out-of-the-box abilities, you're always in for a unique play experience on battling with and against the servants of Tzeentch. Don't I know it? I remember playing against Tzeentch in the old days. Against 200 wounds worth of foam while two greater demons switched places back and forth forever, and you just endlessly fought pink horrors for 2 hours and 45 minutes until they finally won. It was awesome. Flux Blade Coven. Alright, Spearhead. Just as planned. Chirogacolites. These are the fake 8-packs. 1 health, 5 up save, 1 control. Hey, how come you're making chaff over here? You already have the best chaff that I've ever seen. And it's called Pink Horrors. Why are you making more chaff? They got Sorcerer's Bolts. Oh, pretty decent range though. 4s and 3s, nothing 1. Not great, but decent range. 2 attacks, 4s and 4s, 0-1. Main casting roll 2d6. Gestalt. Sorcery. Shooting phase. On a 6 up, add 1 to the random characteristic in Sorcerer's Bolts. I mean, you'll probably get that, right? Ish. You bet the Sorcerer's Bolts have Weird Flame in the AOS version of the War Scroll? That is my guess for sure, Artorius Rex. This is a Spearhead thing, and so I'm betting it says Weird Flame here. And for most of the, like, sorceress ranged attacks and things like that. After all the strange sorcery, thinking about endless schemes within schemes, we're feeling a wee bit hungry. Unfortunately, uh, nothing good will be served this dinner. We're gonna serve you up a nice steaming pile of disappointment. Alright, Tzeentch. Destiny dice. A. Giving it an A. Weird flame. I'm gonna give it a... and it's only one... once per turn army. Once per turn army. They can quench it. I'll give it a B minus. It seems kind of neat, but it's just one, and also takes up a ton of real estate in their battle traits section. Next, Mutagenic Inferno. This is actually kind of good. It seems like you can probably spread your weird flame around a lot. I was thinking you might as well just kill them, but your damage seems pretty low, but your reach seems kind of good. So I'm going to put this at a B. You probably won't choose it. You'll probably choose a different sub-faction that actually helps you, but it's alright. Transform into Spawn, B. Waves of Mutation. I mean, it's not even worth rating. Kara's Fate Weaver, S tier. Reaches outside of the very game and grabs victory points the easiest possible way you can. Everything else on his War Scroll is great. He has a 5-up ward. He can fly. He's literally faster than a Stonehorn and flies and has Stone Skeleton. And the best spell that I've read so far in any of the previews. What a Chad. Seems like S tier. We don't know the points. We don't know the whole story, but yeah. Gaunt Summoner, C+. Curseling, C-. Possibly even D. I just don't see a use for him. And this ability is deceptively not great in my opinion. Pink Horrors, S tier. It's 6-inch move chaff that your opponent has to be handed an L. They have to just eat it. They have to eat a poison pill to kill this stuff. The only way you can play around it is if you were gifted with good shooting in your army. Otherwise, you just have to eat shit and take mortal damage for killing the opponent's chaff. I don't know the points. I don't know the rest, but yeah, S tier. Kind of breaks the my turn, your turn dynamic a little bit. So strong. And then Chirurg Acolytes. D+. Sorcerer's Bolt is kind of neat. Probably has Weird Flame in the real game, but mostly the weakest pillow-fisted dudes. I don't know. Doesn't seem very exciting to me. Okay. Overall, Tzeentch, great work. You lost a lot, but what you kept seems amazing.